Hey folks, how y'all doing today? It is I, Stately. Welcome to the fair town of good intentions. Let's play some city skylines. What do you guys think? That sounds like a great idea, Stately. Let's do that. So, last episode we worked on the rail line a little bit, and look how nice everything is moving along here. Almost everything is moving along here. I've made a few very minor changes since the last episode. I added this little connector here, and I changed our scheduled line so that they use the outside rails. That seems to leave more rails clear for other purposes. I'm kind of keeping an eye on this too because it's starting to get busier and busier. And so far it's okay, but traffic here is definitely not getting any lighter. So yeah, maybe we'll see if we can convince some of the traffic to use this off-ramp instead at some point. But I don't think that's what we're going to be working on today because, man, have I done a lot of roundabouts lately. What I do want to do today, however, is work on filling this area in a little bit. I want to expand Omnom Valley to get us some more industrial income, and I want to see about getting our population up in the neighborhood of that magic 58,000 where we're a megalopolis and can start building even cooler stuff than we already have. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is put in another connection here. There's space, we can do it. Just use a standard road. We'll come out here. Let's see, all of our settings are default except for the node snapping. And I'd like to do this without losing any buildings. Look at that. They're unhappy about having a road, which, yeah, okay, whatever, guys. Also, this doesn't seem to be the right road. Oh, it is. It just came out as a bridge. Which is fine. I don't care enough to do anything about it. Let's see what our zoning looks like here. We have not yet fully zoned this area. That's good. That gives us a little more space here to pop down some houses. Going to be little houses, but I'm sure it'll fill up. There's a good amount of demand. They're kind of out in the plains now. The forest is on the other side. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference for the net net real estate value. But we'll see. Something like that. This neighborhood looks nice. The difference in terrain level is kind of shocking here and there. It's just kind of the way the game works, though. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe what we can do is put down some high-density housing and a bit of commercial along the coast here. Let's grab what shall we do? This is a 6-lane road, but we don't need a 6-lane road going all the way in. What I'm thinking we can do is something like this. Down to right about the water's edge, I guess. Is that okay? Yeah, it kind of blocks the sidewalk, but that's not a big deal. Let's grab a small and attractive road here and kind of freehand it along the coast. I'm just kind of going for a regular distance to the coastline here, something like that. We can do it on the other side. Like so. Past the train station. And somewhere around here I might want to have a second roadside connection. But I'm not seeing a good opportunity for that right this second. All right, let's put down a key. Oh, come on, guys, really? What is this? Something went wrong there. Let me just fix that up. Straight line, easy peasy. And standard, what did I put here? I put the wrong road down too, didn't I? I wanted a regular 4-lane and I ended up with an asymmetrical. There we go. And now we need to get in here at a nice straight line. That would be easier if I could get the angle right. Okay, now we actually have an intersection, so that's good. Kind of need those. Alrighty. Grab ourselves one of the more attractive keys, I guess. Probably this guy. Raise it up to... We're going to freehand this. Like so. I just saw that I have another broken road connection there. Not sure what's going on, but me no likey. Alright, just about like that should be fine. This though, I don't know why things like this happen, but they make me sad, and that was obviously the wrong button. That's the button we're looking for. Okay, let's go here and... Alright, is that it? Do I actually have a working road now? It would appear that I do actually have a working road now. I want to raise the key so that it's at about the same level as the road, so we don't have these impossible slopes to build on, because that would just be too much grading. And you get silly net results if you do that. Not this guy, this guy. You know I'm going to accidentally unselect them all before I've successfully managed to do this, right? Such is the way of things. There. And I'll go up. That looks pretty good. Good enough. We'll do a couple little manual changes here. That looks decent. Okay. That should do. So let's put some commerce down and some kind of waterside attraction to serve as kind of an anchor. What have we got park-wise? Something like a floating cafe or a fishing island. Or maybe botanical. That's too bad. It doesn't fit. It's too big. So our options are a little bit limited. We got the floating cafe, the fishing island. We've got... I thought there were more like waterside, pier-like attractions, but I'm not seeing anything. Unless we make a city park, in which case we get a couple of different options. Alright, we'll do the floating cafe. The upkeep isn't too bad. Put down a little road to it. I don't know, man. I mean, I like the idea, This isn't, I guess this isn't like a navigable waterway, but I'm still not really feeling this. I kind of just want a pier. And I do have a few park, but these are park piers. Fishing pier, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. A little more appropriate. Put down a tiny little road there. Shall we do a walkway? We absolutely could do a walkway here. I'm gonna have to try something different here. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's do this. Let's not do that. Let's do this. And then we'll pull it out a little bit so it's right by the water side. Just like that. Bend it inward so that it all lines up, and she's a beaut. Except the corners are a little weird. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But this is fine. This is cute. We'll add a couple of buildings here. To fill it out, and we have a little attraction area. Nothing special, but nothing. What's going on here? We got a million trains not using the bypass. Why are you not using the bypass? Are you gonna leave, like ever? Okay, you are gonna leave. I don't know what's going on here. These guys, I feel like they shouldn't be stuck here. It's not a big disaster, but it's a fair number of trains. I'm not really happy about that. Let's get some power in here. These are beautiful rural lines, and I guess we'll have to run it from here-ish. Come on, play nice. And down to the corner here. Like that. Good. Alright, we'll put some commerce down around it. Has this cleared up? This has cleared up. Yeah, not sure what that was about. One thing I tried in the other area, and it might work here, that's the wrong button, is lowering the speed limit. Oh, look, I already did. Okay, I didn't realize that I already did that. Not sure there's a whole lot more I can do, though. That's kind of the plan right there. We're running a little low on water availability, so in the not-too-distant future, it's going to be time to put down a new water intake of some description here. Alrighty, good. I want more connections, mostly because I want some more space to build. So what we'll do is we'll connect this. Are you being irritating for the sake of being irritating? There's no reason you should be, fine. Adjust it manually. Do what we gotta do, right? Like that. We'll do another one over here. Like this. And that gives us some space to work. I've seen a couple of police issues here. We do have a police station here. It's just going to have to do. I'm not going to build another police station down here unless it starts getting significantly bad, and as of right now it doesn't look like it's significantly bad. you know what, before I do this, should I lower this road a little bit? Like here. Just get it straight, so I don't mind having hills here. But if we do it by the water side, you get weird effects where the buildings butt up against the quay. It just doesn't look good. This is good. Okay, we'll do some residential. Let's do the residential here because it's farther away from the railroad and people are less likely to gripe. So we'll do maybe 3x3, 3x3. Do a bigger one here. And a couple more high rises along here. And then towards the end here, we'll put down some low density to kind of fill it out. Not sure I need to. Fill it out, that is. But, you know. Okay, like that. The commercial's filling out pretty good. I'm perfectly happy with that. And maybe we'll smooth this out a little bit when the time comes. Okay. More low density commercial here and here. Save a little bit of space here for something like a park for these people. I'm thinking maybe sports facilities. Let's see what's available to us. Tennis, we've got a couple of those already. I think maybe we'll go with something a little simpler. We could do a volleyball court on the corner here. No, that's absolutely not going to work. Move it to somewhere where it won't look as ridiculous. Here, by the waterside. Waterside volleyball court. Probably needs a little bit of fencing, otherwise bad things are likely to happen there. People are going to fall over and roll into the ocean. That's not quite it. I want a little something else too. Why do I keep clicking on the wrong button? This is the parks button. Okay, I'm not clicking on the wrong button. It's just a lot of these workshop mods end up slapping things in parks that, you know, aren't parks. What about this? That's all very steep. That's not going to work. Bouncy castle? This is stuff I basically never build because it's kind of hokey, but right now I don't even have the option because everything's too steep. Alright, we'll put a playground on the corner there. Alright, hopefully this will make this whole area attractive enough and people will want to come live here. Which part of pedestrian walkway does this guy not get? Also, it would appear the walkway's a little too high here. Is this one section? This is one section, so we can just page down the entire thing like that. Lovely. Just lovely. Okay, now down here. The railroad is an issue as far as noise pollution goes, but I'm thinking maybe we can put a couple of buildings along the water over here without causing too much trouble or misery for the inhabitants. We just won't go all the way out. We'll pop down some offices over here. Nothing special. Not going to go for. I really need to spend a little bit of time on our universities. The problem is I'm kind of out of space at both of them. So if I want to do anything substantial, I'm going to have to move them, which, you know, I could do. That would be fine. We'll have some commercial in the corner here and maybe a big lot there. See what we end up with. This is looking nice, and our population is definitely on the increase. This pleases me. I can't really do anything further here. might be nice to have a connection from here to here, walkable, but I think I might have to raise a couple of train lines just a little bit to accomplish that. Let's see if that's viable. We'll move this up and this and this and this. Just enough to get a walkway underneath it. I don't want to cause anything to be too steep here. But this actually seems pretty okay. Just a little low still. Go up like that, and then give this one just a slight nudge. And I'm thinking we should be able to get a walkway down there. So let's do it. Okay, click, wait some more, wait some more. Performance is getting rough. It's really is time for me to start considering a faster computer. This is not a slow computer, it's a 4790, which has good single core performance, which is really what matters for this game. But you know, I'm pushing it. I got a lot of mods going on and got a pretty big city and I'm playing in 4K. Okay, like that. I don't know if a lot of people are likely to use this, and whoever did the paint job needs to be shot because, damn. Oh look, here's one. Here's an old man. Let's follow the old man down the walking path. Nothing quite as exciting as watching old men wander around city skylines, right? Oh no, he's falling through the world! I don't know what that's about. He literally seems to have disappeared. I wonder if he's like literally fallen through the world. Nope, there he is. Just some issue with the height map, I guess. Is all of this one... This is all one section, so I can't really do much with it. Alright, well, it is what it is. If I can't do anything about it, I won't try. That's pretty straightforward logic, right? Get some more office buildings here so that these people can be gainfully employed. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Like so. The residential has all filled out pretty nicely. And even the low density stuff back here. I could have a little more low density stuff actually. We could make a little cul-de-sac here. The only problem, this entire area is completely devoid of parking. These roads do not allow for roadside parking. This does. So let's actually change the road to a regular road which does have parking spots. Because I don't really have a spot for a garage or anything. I guess these are wider because I'm losing a couple of buildings here and there. And they're not much wider, obviously. It's going to be pretty trivial. Alright, now we'll just pop down a little loop here. Something like... this, I suppose. I do not like the way that looks. It's... well, it's definitely crescent. I mean, it's appropriately named, if nothing else. But it just doesn't look great. Okay, bad idea. Let's nuke this and try something a little different. We'll have a little bend here. Go in like that, and then we'll just have a little side street here. Well, we could go all the way up here. That's reasonable. I'm gonna lower this and kind of flatten this out a little bit so that we don't get massive altitude differences. I'm not gonna put anything on this side. Maybe we'll put some forest there or some kind of sound wall. Jesus, these guys, they honestly, there's something wrong with the parking algorithms that causes vehicles to just kind of float over to a parking spot once they're in range. I don't know what the deal is with that. This is probably too close to the water, but we can put some larger houses at the end here. You've probably heard the story a million times, but I no longer use 4x4 residential plots because the houses are disproportionately large. I mean, we're talking about single-family houses with the footprint of a large shopping mall. It's just not really workable. But this should be okay. I think we should take the key and expand it a little bit, extend it a little bit so that it covers the entire area. But that's trivial. We do this, and we go around the corner here. Then we go up to, well, right about here, I suppose. If I did that right, and I almost did, not 100%, but we lower this and it'll be fine. Just have that clip into the land there. And that looks good. It's pretty flat, and it gives us more available residential space here. These should be popular. Nice waterside locations. Okay, tiny little residential neighborhood. Some high density stuff going on here. Do we want some infill? Maybe a little bit of varied infill. Maybe we'll put down a couple of office buildings between the commercial buildings. And we're up to, we're just about to hit 55,000. Now 58 gets us megalopolis, so we're doing a good job here, but we still need more. So here's the thing. We have a bunch of areas zoned here, and I mean unzoned. And technically this is all very low density residential, which is fine. That's perfectly okay to have some spots like this because it looks nice, right? You got these little houses up in the hills with lots of trees. But I can imagine this area here being a little more dense because we have a lot of office and commercial space here, and I'm sure people want to live near there. So what if we take a line from here to here and put down some high density housing on it? Let's see. I'm going to actually not deprive these people of parking, so I'm going to use a slightly nicer road, I think, and we'll go from right about here to right about there. That's beautiful. Very nice. Can we do a small road from here to the metro station? I don't know if they can actually get in from the back, but let's find out. Okay, that looks credible. We'll move this up so that it overlaps the metro station platform like that. I suspect they can, I just don't know for sure. And then the residential area should go maybe here. We'll do a road coming out here, and then we'll split it off in two directions. like that, and we'll put down like 4 towers on the corners. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I just realized these are not going to properly fill in. Shoot. Well, here's a little trick. If you don't like the zoning, remove the road that the undesirable zoning is on. And that, in this case, is a lot of roads. Still not quite. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, the stupid thing here is that I'm going to have to wait to rebuild some of these until the population has actually started filling in, but not these. These are fine. Okay, so that's the idea. We'll put down a nice big park in the middle for everybody to use and love. Maybe not quite that big. Small park. Yeah, I'm going to move this manually. Just a tad. Like that. No, not quite like that. Hello? When I choose the manual move tool, my zoning disappears. Almost, just a little more. Stop it! Stop being like that. Okay, now it should not block any of these residential areas here. Good. And now it should actually be safe to reconnect the metro station, but just give me a second to make sure these guys have water, because they're going to want that. They're picky. And then we'll... Is that Cole Street? I used to know a guy on Cole Street. Wessel, if you're out there, I hope you're well. Okay. Ah, shoot. It did this thing again. You're not allowed to do that thing. There shall be no doing of that thing. We gotta wait until it actually fills in, I guess, because otherwise we're gonna get irregular shapes, and I'm gonna have to put down a temporary road here to allow them to actually get there. Alright, now wait until the buildings start filling out, and then hopefully we'll... Still not right, huh? No, 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 no. Nobody, nopedy, nope. We want a 4x4. I can't even have this building here. A road. That road. I can't have that road there. Okay. Alright. Let's just wait until something starts to pop up here. Which shouldn't take long, I hope. And then we can redo this and do it right. Come on, guys. Play along. Well, we'll give it a minute. We'll see what else is going on here. So, this road here, right? It's a 4-lane, and it's kind of the only way we're going to have to allow traffic to come out here and here. This area, I'm kind of saving it for something. Alright, I guess we're going to have to put down another police station here, which is fine. I'm just trying to keep the costs low is all. Let's put it on the corner here. That seems like a good place for a police station. Easy access. Ah, okay. This is starting to fill in, so let's fix our roads now. You go there, and... I just want a straight line here. Don't do that. Not what I'm asking for. Oh, come on, guys. Really? Don't be like that. No be like that, please. Fine, we'll do some more bulldozing. That was my alarm. Straight line. Yay, straight line. Woo! And also, whoo! Okay, so our buildings are the right shape. Our connections are almost there. And, all right, we're good. Now we need a little bit of parking here, though, because, like I said, there's not really a lot of space here. As a matter of fact, I want those to be nice, which leaves us even fewer parking options. But I think what we'll do is put down a simple parking connector across here, from, say, here to there. Actually, we can do it on both sides. We might have some use for it for subway parking too. Okay, that's not quite symmetrical. I don't care too much, but I think, no, it's not gonna fly. It's already too close together. There's weirdness here. You guys see this? These things are all just a little too close for a successful intersection. Which is unfortunate. Alright, that's kind of a no-go, I'm afraid. So what we could do instead is... what can we do instead? We could have some parking off to the sides. I don't have any parking garages that'll fit here. Not even remotely. This is, I think, the smaller of the two. No, this is the smaller of the two. Yeah, as you can see, there's no really good place for this. But I guess there. Nah, that's completely disproportionate. Looks awful. We're not doing that. Don't mind parking, but that's not... What happened to my building here? Oh, Jesus. The zoning went away. This is being more irritating than I'd like it to be. No. No, 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 no. Turn off all of the snapping. And play nice. Okay, we'll turn the angle back on because I want it to be a straight line. 90 degrees. Like that. A little longer. Like that. And now we've got our zoning back. I don't know why the zoning's being so challenging here today. It doesn't quite line up, but whatever. It's fine. The parking is a bigger issue. We need to see what we can do about that. Here's what we can do. Instead of having a road here, we can run a road off to the side, say here, and here. And that actually doesn't even look bad. And then we can put a parking lot in the middle. As is tradition in America, you build your stuff around the parking lot. You can even do a wide one maybe. Let's see how this looks. Still not getting the connectors right, so let's see if we can downgrade these roads. Nothing lines up. It's all just too close together. So we'll use a single wide parking lot. Same thing though, we'll just go from here to here. That does connect. It's just not flat, but that's okay. We can lower this Get it horizontal. And we can do these as well. Just to make sure everything sort of lines up. And that does sort of line up. Go away. What is this? Stop that. I've been looking at that tooltip ever since I started recording this game, and I just haven't considered it worth the effort to do anything about it yet. It's probably bad, right? I'm lazy and horrible. So... my building just dezoned itself. What is this? Stop it. Okay, well, I got another trick up my sleeve. If we put down a power line here, it'll cause that to dezone. I'm having the worst time with the frickin' zoning here. Look at this. This is not what I'm trying to accomplish, people. Play nice. Grr. Yes, you can tell I'm mad because I'm making grr sounds. Fine, you know what? You win here. We'll zone this. This, though, is an absolute mess. Fine, we'll just kind of zone around what we've got, I guess. I don't see much of a choice. Things aren't playing nice. That's no big deal. It'll still be fun. Just have a lot of high-density residential here. Different types, different shapes. But that's what makes life interesting. Okay, a little trail here, I think. That's fugly. This around a little bit and try to get a better alignment. Yeah, we're not getting a better alignment. It's all just as bad. Fine, whatever. So the good news is people are absolutely using the rear exit here, such as it is. We need to do a little bit more terrain leveling here because this all looks kind of dreadful. That needs to come down. That needs to come down to right about there. And now everything seems to be almost sufficiently flat. Let's move this one up a little. It amuses me how the cars kind of randomly change positions when you raise or lower the surface level. I mean, we're not even interacting with the car park here, and it's still kind of just shuffling the cars around. That's cute, right? A little weird, but cute. Okay, what are we at? We're at 55.91, which isn't bad. 3.7, not bad, not great. But we're not there yet. And I don't think we have the capacity yet either. That said, I kind of want to spend a little bit of time expanding in some other places today too, and specifically I was thinking we could do something about our food industry here. This is already like a 5-star location, but I think we can get some more out of it. There's fertile land up here, so that would be a logical place to expand to. We'll work on these dirt roads some more. Let me turn all the guidelines on again. And we'll just go out quite a distance, I think. Like that. And like that. And let's see. Medium crop field, large crop field. That's what I'm talking about. Put a large one here. Medium ones off to the side. Got that little walking path there. I regret to inform you that the walking path has been removed. Let's get some water for these guys, or they will be unhappy. I hope I just need this. And then we'll run this path in the opening here. That'll work just fine. Just need to turn off all of the frickin' snapping again. And start with a little straight section through here so we don't end up knocking anything over. Like that. And is there any specific reason it has to be here? There does not appear to be any specific reason it has to be there. So we'll do a little zigzag and we'll hook it up kind of right by the intersection here. And that's how people get to work if they work at Om Valley and don't want to take the bus, which is actually perfectly decent. So let's see, I could put something. Really, are we doing the not enough customers thing now? Stop it. Because we'll get you more customers if we have to. A lot of industrial traffic here. And it's all going into Om Valley. I wonder if it would make sense to try to get a train out here. The closest rail line is over here. We could, in theory, run it along the coast and up here. I think we won a soccer game, guys. A wave of happiness is sweeping through the population. So, what's going on here? Looks like everything's okay except for this building. These tiny buildings always have issues with employees. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But they also don't look good. So, easy decision to make. We're just going to nuke it from orbit. Okay, these are kind of the projects, huh? Not really my finest hour. But, you know, it's close to public transport. It's got convenient parking. It has a couple of little shops here. At least now it does. Oh, hell, we could put some tiny shops down here. Why not? Little kiosks around the parking garage. I mean, parking lot, obviously. And we can expand this outwards. We could run these roads out and... This side's a little steep, but we could definitely do something on this side. I also want to put in some connections here, just so that we don't get people having to make crazy detours to get from A to B, because that literally benefits nobody. Might be a little steep, though. Alright, so start straight and turn so that it's perpendicular to this, like that, and that's basically still straight. Fine, no issues. These ones down here, kind of not as much reason to connect them. But I think it would make sense to connect Om Valley to here. So, this road, like I said, it's too narrow. We want, I believe, a 6-lane going all the way across here, and that's going to cause a little bit of disruption, I suspect. You're wondering why there's no traffic here. This road is set to not allow non-commercial vehicles, so it's only for city service and emergency vehicles, including... Man, look at all those postal trucks. I have 19 out of 20 postal trucks in use. And quite a bit of unsorted mail. It must be USPS. They're just piling it all up and waiting for somebody to complain. I'm joking. USPS is just fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, rather than upgrading the road and losing these buildings, including this parking garage, is I'm going to have to actually manually delete a bunch of this. And then I'm going to run a large connector. So the question is, do I need to delete the final sections of these as well? Can, as long as the game remains paused, it shouldn't be a problem. Alright. There we go. Now, where is my 6-lane road? We'll use this guy here. We'll use angle snaps and a straight line and get it right here. And look at that. Nothing got destroyed. I am pleased. I think we do still want... No, we're good. We got the grid snap. So we'll go down here and nothing got destroyed. So now we can connect everything back up. Let me put the node snapping back on because it is a little infuriating to try to do this without the node snapping. And those are 4 lanes with parking, just a standard 4-lane. This guy right here, like so, and there's one here, and there's also a 4-lane here and here. So that went surprisingly. Balls. All of my zoning's messed up. It's like completely disappeared too. It's not like, oh, come on guys, why you gotta be like that? Everything was so nice. Okay, well, we'll just rezone it. It'll fill in soon enough. It's not a... What the hell? Everything's disappearing. I hate you. I hate you all. You're not even my real dad. Okay, so if memory serves, what we were doing here is kind of alternating between office and high-density commercial, mostly because the IT cluster office towers are huge, and putting a bunch of them right next to each other just doesn't look good. So, yeah, I don't even know why this dezoned itself. It's not related to anything here. But it's nothing we can't fix. It just kind of pisses me off ever so slightly. That's all. Okay. Oh, you know what? I kind of seem to have screwed up the zoning a little bit here. I mean, not the zoning, the width of this road isn't quite right. Look at this. Everything's just dezoning right in front of my face. Why are you doing this to me, game? Have I wronged you? Anyway, nothing we can't fix. Again. This is a problem, though. You know what? I'm gonna... demolish the sections that stick out. I don't need them yet. They're screwing with my zoning. And when we do need them, we should be able to put them down without any weird issues. Okay, so it'll take a while for everything to get back to normal there. Whatever, it is what it is. This new section here has filled up nicely, but trash. You know what? I haven't built a new trash dump in forever. What's the deal? We have garbage processing facilities here. Oh, this is a problem. I forgot to connect this bit. That's bad. Problem solved. We have trash services here, here. I don't think that's trash. We might actually be running a little low around here. Oh, we actually had a building burn down. That doesn't happen very often. Usually the fire department does a pretty good job. Let's take a quick look around town and make sure we're not having any further issues. I don't see any disasters. Maybe a bit of trash pickup. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to add a new dump or a new incinerator somewhere out of the way. I'll worry about that when the time comes to worry about it. Let's see. Our train station. No traffic jams, folks. It would appear that we have been successful. This is something that we've been keeping an eye on. It's still moving. It's not causing traffic jams on the freeway. It's not perfect, but it's okay. This little intersection is working fine. What I have noticed, though, is nobody is using the bypass. You'd think that the intercity trains that aren't stopping here would. You'd be wrong. This is an example of what I mean with these intercity trains just arbitrarily deciding which tracks to use. There just doesn't seem to be much I can do about it. And I do have a little backup of intercity trains now. But it's clearing up. Alright, folks, I think that's going to do it for today. So thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate your patronage. As always, if you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing and naming your firstborn child after me.